right.
I was just trying to come up with like more fun random questions.
It's Gucci,
to
dude.
ask.
We're fine. Just chill.
Oh no, one of them was like someone mentioned on Twitter earlier, like you make a new version of a battle royale game, and what I really liked was it's battle royale but Splatoon rules.
That sounds
The
great.
real estate is
How many
constantly
colors would you need? You
a
need
lot.
so many colors.
They'd probably have to go
Oh my
like pattern.
Like,
But it'd be like so intense because it's all just real estate being taken away.
yeah. Like I've never actually played Splatoon, so I'm not sure how the game flow actually is. But just from like what I know of it from the images and videos I've seen, it's just like it already looks hectic with just two teams, and just with like,
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. Like,
Scale that by 50. Yeah, it'd be pretty. But no, it's I've actually really liked Splatoon. I played it a lot because my roommate back in school, like he had a Switch, and that's what we'd play the most together.
Oh yeah.
Because we'd get into the meta and talk about like the strategies of using rollers and brushes, and because all the weapons are different and the objectives are different, so it was a nice kind of it was very unique trying to figure out that meta.
Mm-hmm.
They have one called the Zapper, which is literally like the Nintendo Zapper,
What is that?
which is you know their light gun, like for duck hunt.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like that literally is a weapon the character.
Yeah, it's literally like just that.
What does it shoot like?
They all shoot paint, but
Yeah, I mean,
its spread was pretty like it was quick and it was narrow, but it was good for taking out people. If you flank them, you can take them out pretty quickly.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very aggressive weapon.
So like
Again-
it works like an assault rifle of sorts, not like
a
laser.
little more precise than that. Like it's a little easier to nuke it if you're. That's what you said, like sneaking up on people. If they don't know you're there
Mhm.
and don't know to dodge you, then yeah, you can get DPS quickly. But if we're using like Halo terms, I'd say it's like a battle rifle equivalent.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like not sniper, but precise.
because it's also its range isn't that great.
Yeah.
I got it. I get what you're saying. Interesting that they call it the freaking zapper.
But yeah, that's I think that in like a battle royale mode, I think is fun, or like a fun way to change things up.
Mhm.
Because people are clearly really into changing those rules. I
Just
think Bob
make an
looked up
Epic Mickey MMO.
that. Wait, what?
I mean, that'd basically be Splatoon.
Oh, speaking of battle royales, Christian, and Dom too. Spellbreak, have you guys tried it yet?
No, just leave me out of this conversation. No.
You guys are the
Sorry,
only
I-
people I know who would play Spellbreak at this point.
I still need to just download the Epic Marketplace or whatever.
Lols.
Or
I haven't redeemed my yet. I'm not in a rush, considering how early it is.
I just want to hear you guys' take on it, because at this point I don't have anyone else to talk to about it.
I want to play
Oh,
it just because it said it's a lot of basically grenade lobbing. But that sounds
Yeah.
fun.
I mean,
I guarantee I'll like it more than other battle royales.
I mean,
Like literally, the part that doesn't engage me about battle royale games is literally the guns.
oh, interesting.
So spells pretty much gets rid of that problem.
I wonder if you would have been interested in
it's
the.
always standard. Like it's always the standard assault submachine gun, shotgun, like weaponry. Is that like the issue?
No, it's not like the range. It's just like I don't enjoy that genre with that format.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say like Dom, I think you're okay with guns, right? Because you played Halo a ton. Shit.
No, the issue isn't that I'm bad. It's that I don't enjoy it. I cannot enjoy things I'm not bad at.
I would say also, well, Halo specifically, their weapons always did kind of play around with like the idea of a gun. Like the needler is always this weird, interesting weapon.
Oh god, that was a great gun. Yeah, where it's super hit or miss. Yeah,
Yeah, I love it.
Dom,
it's basically a one-shot kill. You completely do no damage.
what was your gun, Dom? Like in Halo 3, yeah.
I mean, I used anything, but assuming we're not doing competitive, where BR is a requirement.
Was that really?
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn.
Like, you'd even use it over a shotgun on almost every map.
Even really?
Yeah, it just had that reliable DPS.
Oh man. I mean,
but so besides
in a fun setting, in a fun setting.
I mean,
I really love the plasma pistol, just because of its trickiness. Like, you just take out someone's shield, and if you're quick enough to switch. To me, it was more like the strategy of using that to get rid of someone's shield, and then using another gun to take them out.
or just punch them.
Or punch him.
Lol.
I think that was
charge then punch was a good combo. Like usually it'd be your combo for competitive would be BR plasma pistol.
Really?
Because
Yeah.
because if let's say you're in an area where a shotgun would be good, you just walk around with it charged, and you literally just let it go and hit the melee button immediately, and that's a one shot.
Lol.
I'm thinking back to my stats on BungieNet, and I remember I think that was my highest kills were just melee attacks from that same reason.
I'm not surprised, especially because of the lunge distance.
Oh yeah, it was very generous.
I think retrained it in a bit, but it was pretty generous in 3. 2 had a lot spottier balance.
I mean, fucking what? Dual wielding plasma gun with pistol? I think that was the combo, right? That was the go-to combo.
In 2, yeah. I mean, there's like 2. It was probably a little better for weapon variety, but it was worse for like quote unquote competitive people. I mean, it was still like the best shooter with a longer time to kill. But yeah.
Wait, was it really? Wait, a longer time to kill with the plasma and pistol
Halo's
combo?
No, I mean like in terms of games, in terms of shooters.
Oh.
Call of Duty had the fast time to kill. Halo had the long time to kill, and really nothing else unseated either of them.
I see what you're saying.
That's actually why I like Apex a lot. I like their time to kill. It's fairly
Yes, it's much more Halo, yeah.
Yeah, it gives. I always like the idea that if you get attacked first, you always have a chance to like respond.
Yeah, because I don't know, it wasn't a problem in early Call of Duties, like 4 and 5, maybe Modern Warfare 2, but like it got to the point where there was just any gun anyone used, they could make it one-shot you. You just had to know the maps well enough.
Lols.
And I don't know, it made me fade off of that franchise a lot quicker.
I just was resistant to it because I had such a loyalty to Halo.
I started out with COD 4. I think I was Halo 2 first, but I played. Yeah, no, I love them both. I just sunk a lot more time into Halo 3.
I want to ask you, Dom, about the whole, like super strong melee, mechanic or gameplay mechanic that Halo has. Like, why don't other games do that more now? Like, why do other games make melee just so weak?
Make it weak?
Yeah.
So you can look at making a strong melee kind of a catch-all in terms of balance. That way, no matter like what weapon someone's using, if they're close enough to the other person,
they'll just melee.
Yes, it's viable to melee them. And so that can almost disincentivize using different guns and different playstyles. So a way to incentivize people to experiment with different playstyles and different guns is making melee less viable.
Interesting. I can see that. But I mean,
yeah, it's not a super complex thing, but that's why it's kind of trending to make it weaker.
Because I'm probably just speaking out of my personal preference. It's just like I don't want to have to shoot guns when I'm super close to someone. Shit.
I'm just thinking of other games lately, like in their melee systems, and a lot of them are just kind of there to be there, but functionally they don't really like. It's not your incentive. You'd rather like find a new gun instead of having to reload 2 weapons or like melee someone. Although I will say, I think Battlefield 1 had very unique weapons, like melee-specific weapons.
Bayonets on weapons made that really cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
like the fact they managed to make bayonet charges half viable in Battlefield is miraculous. like props to them. That's a great example of like conforming gameplay design to concept.
Mm-hmm.
But fuck, like the instant someone pitched that, I can just imagine the skepticism on their leads.
No, yeah,
It's
just
okay,
like
okay,
yeah.
we're doing a World War One game, right? Right, but you know how they use bayonets a lot? Well, I'm gonna make that more viable than just meleeing people. No, I'm serious. No, seriously.
So not just that, they also, including like the whole bayonet thing, they also had specific like melee weapons you can get. They're like certain like daggers.
In
that will,
Battlefield
like,
1?
Yeah.
Were they actually useful though?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of videos if you look at like people just doing like melee runs and you're just stabbing
Really?
people the entire
Oh
time.
yeah, like certain maps you could literally like play COD and just walk around knifing everybody.
Really? Oh, okay.
Still harder than COD because you're stuck in an animation a little longer, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, it was viable.
Then how about this? Like, what about the idea of melee, of a strong melee weapon in battle royale modes?
I mean, that runs into a lot more like issues because in battle royale there's a lot more of like what Chris mentioned, which is just pick up a new gun,
Mm-hmm.
especially if they like disseminate by ammo types.
Mm-hmm.
So making people hang on to something is very problematic depending on how you want to balance that.
I think another issue comes into just like planning. People pick up certain guns because they know late game, like, oh, I'll be able to use this, and maybe not right
True.
now.
That's true.
Yeah, so that's if it takes up its own slot or if you have to sacrifice a weapon slot for it.
I will say Apex is something interesting where melee can have different contexts and different, like visually, their animations change. If you're jumping to melee, they do kick. Like,
I don't
all of
know.
them just
Does
kick.
that actually do any
No,
extra damage?
it
No.
doesn't do any damage difference, but
No,
it could.
It's kind of like
That's it.
Battlefield in that sense.
Mhm.
Yeah. But they also have melee can be used to break open doors. So if someone is like blocking it or there's in the way, you can use that to like break yourself
Apex?
into. Yeah, it's an Apex.
Are you? I did not know that.
You can
I
literally
did
kick
not
a
know
door open.
Yo, what? What did they?
It's a cool animation. It takes a lot of time.
Has
but
it always
it's pretty
been?
cool.
Has it always been this way? I did not know that.
Yeah.
Dude, it hasn't been long enough for them to make a new sweeping change like
Fuck
that.
me! Oh my god. No wonder whenever I hold a door, I'm just like, okay, I'm holding a door, and then I die. I'm like, wait, how did I die? What the fuck? Okay, that changes things. That changes a lot of things. Well, I mean, I
I
can't.
feel like I've waited too long to get into Apex.
I wonder.
Like,
if
I
that's
was in my like sweet time, and then I realized everyone was gonna be like really good at it by the time I played.
I mean,
I that is just like a battle royales in general. The longer you wait or the more time away, everyone gets better.
yeah.
Well,
you're-
hypothetically, that's any competitive game, right?
That's true.
Unless it has a previous game with the same gameplay. Like, you know, a new COD comes out, and yeah, you'll have some of that, but mostly people who are good at COD will stay good at COD.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
Whereas Apex is its own kind of breed.
from what I've seen so far, it seems more like of the fast pace, like COD time to kill.
It's sort of like COD's time to kill.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what the combat seems most similar to me in the couple games I've played.
Mm-hmm. Because I haven't played Titanfall or any of the Titanfall series games or anything like that. But
Yeah, that's something I played little bits and pieces, but not enough to really be able to confidently compare the two.
I loved to. The gunplay is very similar. The movement isn't,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't have like abilities like Apex does.
Yeah,
Not nearly the same anyway.
it's like gadget use instead, right?
Yeah, and even that isn't nearly as like significant.
Mm-hmm.
to-
Kind of going back, I feel like
Yeah.
because it seems like each character they're bringing in, they're hoping to give them special abilities. Everybody's like counting on them bringing a straight up pilot from Titanfall.
Lol, that'd be cool. I mean,
Yeah, I mean everyone's
With the
wondering
full
about-
vertical movement, yeah.
I don't know
Oh.
if they, is the map. I don't know. The map.
I mean,
isn't
that's what
set up
everyone's
for that.
asking for anyway.
that would change things up so much, though. Like, a character with full straight vertical movement over everyone else though.
Yeah, I think the reason they didn't bring that, just make that default, I heard, is it was like hard to, like, if you're like a Titanfall veteran, then you'd already have a huge like skill advantage on everyone else. It's just hard to manage people literally running on a wall next to you.
Well, I can think of one huge difference or obstacle for them.
Which is
the level design.
Oh fuck yes, dude. Like almost okay. So I'm not going to get into it because what makes a good battle royale map is a huge topic. But generally speaking, yeah, that makes it so much harder. You'd have to reinvent the wheel basically, because you'd have to go tall instead of wide. And even though you could say they already did a little more than other battle royales in terms of verticality, you'd have to literally do tall. In the sense of like multiple levels and that's it, versus horizontal traversal.
Like how hard are we talking about, Dom? Because I think from what I've seen Skags play Titanfall 2, it was mostly like 2-story, maybe 3-story.
Oh no, that's entirely different because you had Titans.
When you have Titans, if you just shoot out of a Titan, you're already blasted up like 5 or 6 stories up into the air.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're not moving during that time, right? Like that's not when you're actually being super mobile in game.
Well, not as much as a pilot, but so the point is the level design for interior versus exterior is the difference there. Not so much tall versus wide. Tall versus wide is what would be the battle royale challenge.
Oh, I see.
Because you want the same discoverability, but that becomes more an issue with poor sightlines, which then is harder to do with verticality because people don't look up and down as easily as left and right.
Right.
You get into a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, if anything, I think they'll just probably bring in a retired pilot that has some ability, like the double jump.
Yeah,
I think that's way more easier.
Oh yeah, you could totally balance that.
A little bit of wall run, tiny bit of wall run.
I mean, there's a dude with a teleporter. Like, you can balance one ability user who does it. You just making it default is what would make that really hard.
By the way, I actually want to talk to you guys about that. Okay, and this actually ties into Dead by Daylight too. The aspect of a character that can go invisible, but cannot see the enemy. Because I think that's Wraith's ability, right, Christian? Or Dom, if you
That is indeed Wraith's ability. I don't know why you asked Christian instead of me, but...
I mean, I just know Christian has more hours in it than you. I think.
The Wraith is the character I play the least.
Oh, I was talking about like just Apex
No, it's
hours.
Spirit. That's Spirit's ability.
Right. Oh no,
Chris,
sorry.
I didn't realize you played DVD as much.
No, I'm talking about Wraith in Apex. Apex is
Oh,
Wraith.
fuck me, dude. I thought you were talking about Wraith in DVD.
No, yeah. Wraith in Apex is the girl that creates warp gates as her ulti, but can
Yes,
go
now I know what you're talking about, Beach.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. No, yeah, it's just I found out recently from Skags because I don't play Wraith in Apex that much either. But when you go invisible as Wraith, you can't see the enemy either. And I just find that interesting that because that was the second time since DBD Dom that the concept of making an ability where your character goes invisible, but at the same time you can't see any enemies while you're invisible. I just find that concept so interesting because it's like I don't know, it doesn't it doesn't give you the advantage of being invisible.
But that's the point. Because, okay, let's say Wraith could see other people. That would mean Wraith basically has a trigger to make her... It is a her, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It would basically just be a trigger to make her better at any encounter, any fight, right? That's not their intention. That's not really the intention behind any good ability with a suite of other ability users. So it's their way of keeping it from just being a catch-all win for any fights and making it more situational.
But I mean, couldn't they just balance that with Wraith can't shoot during this time, or the invisibility time is very...
You don't want to take away from a player their ability to shoot in an FPS game. Ever.
Okay.
No, that's a main design pillar for making any shooter game.
Like under any
That's kind of one of the
conditions?
reasons why I dislike the vanishing character. Forget his name.
That is Wraith.
No, there's another character. Well, the one.
Oh, Mirage.
Yeah. His ult, he makes like 5 or 6 copies of himself, and he goes invisible, but you can't shoot when it happens. So it's mostly just used in a scenario to escape. But it's like has no like offensive advantage, except maybe like getting around the character to like shoot them in the back when they aren't suspecting you. But at that point, most people already understand like, oh, you're around there somewhere, and then they can usually see you.
Wait, do you know if as Mirage can you see the enemy though?
Oh, you can.
Okay.
Even I know that, dude.
Okay. It's just interesting that like for Mirage you can see the enemy when you're invisible, but as Wraith you cannot see the enemy when you're invisible.
Well, I think it's and Chris can speak to this a little more because he's played it more. But it's a matter of utility and intended usage. Like they might seem similar in the sense of both involve invisibility or misdirection, but their intended uses and their realistic uses are both very different. At least from what I've seen.
I see. Yeah, because for Wraith, it's I guess for Wraith is just to reposition themselves, and for Mirage is more to escape and reposition more rather than
escape and confuse, because you have 6 copy yourself.
That just stand in place.
I will say his passive is pretty useful. The one where when you get hit down, you turn invisible, but then there's a hologram of you like pretending to die. People usually shoot the hologram,
which I find
no
hilarious.
Wonder. That's what happened to me. Okay.
Because of that.
I was wondering why that happens. Okay. Shit. Because there've been so many times when I shoot a Mirage, I'm just like, wait, I know I killed him. Why am I not getting the kill confirmation? I did not know that was
he's probably in a corner.
I did not know that was his ult. What the hell? Shit.
Yeah, I remember actually having that like distracted a team so long I just hid in the bushes. But my teammate was just not gonna revive me at all or not interested, so I just stayed there and waited to die.
Oh my god. And you just let your Mirage just like keep you just fool the other team.
He did fool them for a little bit, and then they started looking for me, but at that point I was in a bush and they couldn't see me. Lol. And I think the circle was coming in, and they were like, oh, we just gotta run.
Oh. Damn.
I think I saw a video actually where there was his finisher, his like melee finisher when they're down is he has a copy of himself taunting the other one, and then he turns invisible at that moment and attacks the enemy from the side. Oof. And people, because everyone can see that, right? Their back version is in game. There's one where you see an enemy behind, like shooting the invisible guy, or the hologram version of Mirage as he's finishing his finisher.
Lols.
I don't know if he survived, but he definitely like fooled the other one.
Lols.
I'm like not very good using that character, but it's still really fun to play as him.
I mean, at least you have that character. Like, I literally cannot play this game because
I grind it. It took a while to get the character.
Good god.
Now there's like Caustic, who has like his poison gas. I've seen some interesting plays there. There's one where they just dump a ton of loot that they have into one of the rooms that like have one opening, and they're up in the sky. Like they're basically in a ledge waiting for them to come in.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen like thumbnails for this video.
Dom, have you seen this?
I have not seen the actual video. If you can find it, I want to see it now. I've just seen thumbnails for it.
But what happens is because they can block doors with their like little gas thing, and they just keep throwing them in and in, and eventually becomes like a little gas chamber.
Oh
and it
my
takes
god!
Yeah.
I'm sorry. When did we become Germans?
It kind of fits his character. He's like into death.
His name is
what's his face? Yeah.
Caustic.
Oh, I type in caustic gas, and the finishing term is chamber.
Good god, Crispin. What have you been searching? God damn.
I knew he was German.